Hello, second graders. Today we are doing Module 1, Lesson 28, Deep Dive. You will need your reading notebook. We're going to use the response section, not the vocabulary. And you will need your little yellow leaf book and your Skytree book. So make sure you have all those, and then we will dive in. Our craft question is, how do authors use varied sentence lengths to make their stories interesting? Now, varied means like a variety. So we have long and short sentences. So how do authors use different lengths of sentences to make their stories interesting? Okay, we're going to echo read this. That means repeat after me. So I'll read the paragraph first and then you read it. Snows fell. Snug in their nest, a family of squirrels huddled close through the cold winter days. Now you read it. Awesome. How does Locker, the author, create rhythm with these sentences? What do readers have to do when they read aloud sentences? So think about the dream drum girl with keeping rhythm while you're drumming. When you're reading poetry, there's a nice little rhythm as you read. How did the author use rhythm with these sentences? And we know that when we read sentences, we use phrasing. So we kind of chunk the words together so that it flows nicely as we read. So both of these sentences vary in length. That means they're different lengths. So notice we have snows fell. One sentence there. Then we have snug in their nest, a family of squirrels huddled close through the cold winter days. That second sentence is much longer. So we have varied lengths in sentences. And both the sentences start with that SN consonant blend. Snows fell. Snug in their nest. So we have a little rhythm there as we read. Now this is a picture of the author of Skytree, Thomas Locker. Authors are always learning from other authors. Studying examples of good writing helps writers become better writers. One characteristic of good writing is that it flows and has a rhythm. Some sentences long and flowing, some short. Sentences that work together well sound interesting when read aloud. Sometimes writers play with the length of sentences to create rhythm when reading aloud the sentences. This grabs the listener's attention. Are there any other areas in the text Skytree where Locker uses this technique of short sentence followed by a longer sentence? Pause the video and look through your Skytree book. Do you see any other examples where we have a really short sentence followed by a longer sentence, or a longer sentence followed by a shorter sentence? On page 8 of Skytree, so find page 8, we have the passage where it says, Autumn came. The leaves of the tree turned gold, orange, and red. What do you notice about these pairs of sentences and what they describe? Autumn came. The leaves of the tree turned gold, orange, and red. Well, the first sentence describes or tells the season. Autumn came. It's fall now, or autumn. The next sentence describes what is happening to the tree. The leaves of the tree turn gold, orange, and red. So those two sentences go well with each other. And again, the first sentence is short, the second sentence is longer. Now it's your turn to find some sentences like this. So looking for that short sentence followed by a longer sentence, or a longer sentence followed by a shorter sentence. But this time, you're going to look in the little yellow leaf. So find your little yellow leaf book and take out your reading notebook, open to your response section. You are going to look through the little yellow leaf, find examples of pairs of sentences in which one sentence is shorter and the second is longer. Then record the page number and sentences in your response journal. So you'll write a chart that has the page number and the sentence. So make sure you tell us what page you can find that sentence on. You have to have evidence, be able to prove that there are shorter sentences and longer sentences on specific pages. So you can pause the video now to look through the little yellow leaf and find those sentences on your own. Okay, let's compare what we found. When looking through the little yellow leaf, I found on page 2 this pair of sentences. I'll change my color here. It was autumn. In the hush of the forest, a lone yellow leaf clung to the branch of a great oak tree. So my first sentence is shorter, second is longer. On page 20, I found this. Alone. He searched the bare branches, covered only with a shimmer of snow. Again, short sentence followed by a longer sentence. And then pages 27 through 30 had this. Into the waiting wind they danced off and away, and away, and away, together. So this one was a longer sentence followed by a shorter sentence. Now, if you did not find these sentences, you can add them to your response notebook or the response section of your reading notebook. You can pause the video now if you need to add these in. And we are coming in for a landing. What did we learn about how authors craft sentences? Well, a combination of shorter and longer sentences makes the text interesting. Pairs of sentences where one is longer than the other catch the reader's attention. If we're reading those sentences out loud, we have to make sure to show with our voice that it's such a short sentence. Then, when we read longer sentences, we have to show the difference. Learning about what authors do to make their stories interesting gives us things we can try out in our writing. I hope you learned something new today. Again, your task was to look through the little yellow leaf and find examples of pairs of sentences that varied in length, so a short sentence with a long sentence. If you didn't find them on your own, you can always copy down what you see on the screen right now. Okay, great work, and I hope you have a great rest of the day.